Welcome to your December 15th Monday Power Hour meeting with Katelyn, Carly, and Clare Fulton. It's a nice snowy day here in Toronto, but there's a lot of people here in the office, so it's nice. Thanks for coming in. Welcome online. Who did open houses this past weekend? John, I know your team did.
Is it the last meeting of 2025?
This is the last meeting of 2025.
So let me think about it now. So
He's like,
Check
wait.
You
No,
check.
he already said no.
Yeah, he already said no. Exactly.
So next
You
week
can't- you
we've
can't go
got
back.
Christmas
today's
Eve.
the 15th, right?
Mm-hmm. Next week is Christmas on Thursday.
Our events on the Wednesday,
On
Yeah,
this
Christmas
Wednesday.
party is this Wednesday.
and then next week Christmas is. So we're off. Okay, so we're going to be off half a day on the 24th. I'm looking at Nelson here.
1 o'clock shutdown.
1 o'clock we'll shut down.
Wednesday, not this Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Yep, that's for Christmas Eve Wednesday.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So
We close Thursday, Friday.
Closed on 25th, 26th for Christmas Day, Boxing Day.
So 29th is there.
Yeah, so this will be our last meeting, I think, right? This
Yeah.
is this is normally our last meeting. So it'll be on the the 17th. I got our Christmas thing on the 17th, and next week's gonna be a short week. We're closed at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, and then we closed on the Friday.
Thursday,
to
Friday.
Friday be Boxing Day, and then we're open again on Monday, I guess, the 29th.
No, Saturday, the 27th. That's a regular day. Saturday,
okay.
Sunday, 27, 28. We'll just send you guys a schedule
27th, okay. And then next week, when's New Year's? New Year's is also on a Thursday, so
on a
Thursday.
Wednesday. Oh, New Year's Eve. Yeah. Sorry, that's our holiday. We celebrate New Year's Eve.
Yeah, sorry.
So on the 31st, we normally shut around about 3 o'clock on the 31st. Okay.
Yep. They're all mixed together at the back half of the week. But yes, to answer the original question, it is our last meeting of 2025. That's exciting.
So how many meetings do we do? 50?
Probably like 40.
I did
With
want to
holiday
thank
Mondays.
USAN and SANEC for sticking with us this entire year, every single Monday. Thank you to our production crew. We really appreciate that. We needed you. We hope you're still on board for 2026. You can answer that question after.
You are married, so yeah.
We did not get that tech meeting again in this year.
Well, it's going to happen next
What
year.
tech meeting?
They've been asking for they want SANEC to host a new Tech Tuesday.
We filled every single Wednesday up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unless you guys want to do training every day.
And before we do the
I only
next-
have a certain amount of
Then only
Wednesdays.
training, no business.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
And before the next one, we're going to do full compliance. Like once we wrap up RICO FinTrack, we're going to do first quarter like full compliance training, and then maybe some tech.
What is the tech that you guys want to do? That you need
I
training
think
for?
it's what they don't know.
I think they want to know Sora.
Sora's over.
Oh, Sora had its
Sora came
week.
and went, didn't
You know, we already, it's past.
Came and gone.
We had a week.
Good for you for participating in that
You
trend.
just know that SANEC is more advanced than everybody else in terms of.
I think what they want to know what they don't know. Like SANEC had tips and tricks.
This is what he is using.
SANEC doesn't even use a CRM, guys.
No, but we
That's the tech I really want you guys to be
Yeah,
learning.
that's true. We need to.
we like this session.
Okay.
That's good. We'll definitely. We have a whole year next year.
Brian's
So.
Rand pick.
Yeah. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. So SANEC will do another tech day. It's requested.
But it will be in 2026.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, he did it on AI stuff. You're talking about AI stuff? You want to learn how to use AI?
Like
Huh?
AI and ChatGPT, how to use.
Is anybody using?
You guys know how to use ChatGPT. We don't need to do another session on that. I don't think we need
I'm
more
actually
on
finding
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT really bad.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is like the bottom of the totem pole right now in terms of AI. Actually.
I
Who?
think Gemini's overtaking them now.
So I'm reading some stuff about AI and how you really got to be careful with it. I mean,
I find.
Oh, yeah.
I find lately too, it's getting worse.
I was reading
It's
this.
because everyone's putting in shit.
So much.
Yeah, there's.
Julian, what
it's
are
so
you
diluted.
using? Because I see you nodding.
Right now, mostly it's like Gemini.
Gemini, yeah.
I have non-real estate uses.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been using Gemini.
And by the way, Gemini you can use with your Century 21 domain. It's a Google Workspace domain, so
Yeah.
you'll get a little service.
Okay, we'll
Be
do
careful.
that one.
What they're doing, they're saying AI is hallucinating.
Yeah.
That's the word that they're using now. And some guy I read this morning there. Some guys put 4,000 pages of that murder that they had. That Bunny, who's that? Bunny and
Oh, the pharmacist.
the pharmacist.
In what? Yeah.
So it went to
Toronto.
AI and it said that what it wanted to know is there was some stranger apparently walked by the front door or something. They want to know what time was that. So it loaded up 4,000 data points into this Gemini, I think it was. And Gemini says, yeah, the guy walked by between this time and that time. And then he questioned it and said, wait a second, are you hallucinating this time? And he came back and says, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
It
right.
always says that.
Thanks for questioning me. You're right. I'm wrong. So, and then he changed the whole tune. So
Yeah.
the whole thing.
ChatGPT and Gemini both do that.
And some other guy got in trouble. I forget where they're from. I want to say India or someplace there, but somebody wrote some kind of article there that they published there, and at the bottom of the article it said, would you like me now to investigate and give you more details on how this thing works? Have you ever asked a question for ChatGPT or Gemini, and at the very end it says, do you want me to give you more information on this information? You know what I'm talking about?
It always asks a follow-up action.
It always says, you want more information.
Yeah.
So the person that wrote this article forgot to
Oh,
cut out that last part. Oh. So it knew right away that it was AI generated.
That's
so
funny.
we see that in listing descriptions too
so
at the
they all got in
bottom.
trouble for doing that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You copy that, it copied the whole.
The whole
The whole thing, all the prompts, everything.
and I
Eh?
was talking to a grade 8 teacher on the weekend there, and they're teaching grade 8 kids how to use AI.
Good.
Because it's not going to go away. But they're also teaching them how not to do it. So when we come to their final exams, you're telling them no books, no computers, you got to write by hand, your final thing. So there's no more ChatGPT when it comes to the final test. And that's a struggle
Which
for some people.
It's very
because-
interesting considering in the real world, like I remember them being like, you're never going to use a calculator in the real world, so you have to know how to do it in your head. But like in the real world, the kids are going to be looking up a ChatGPT, so why do we got to memorize everything?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take on.
That's like an old joke, man. I knew an agent that had a wristwatch. You ever seen the guys that have wristwatch and they had this habit every 3-4 minutes it seemed like doing this, like they're looking this, look at this, right? And I would play around with them. They'd go like this and I'd say, so what time is it? They'd look again. So it's like ChatGPT. They want the answer. They don't know how to get the answer. It's there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta be careful.
No, you do have to be careful. I mean, you find with the images too, it's like adding stuff that I didn't
Yeah.
ask it to do, and I'm like, I even tell it, you went too far. Like, back it up.
Just
add
use the
this.
photo I gave
Use
you.
the same add, and then it just like does it. Like
Yeah.
the more, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Start from scratch. We to like start a new chat.
I did have to have a fight with Gemini on when it came to virtual staging a little bit because
far.
it'll add like an extra like corner
Window.
of a room and you're like, wait.
So what it will do, if you'll say to it, what do you think the value of this condominium is? And it'll tell you what's on Realtor.ca.
That is pretty. I do like
But it
that.
doesn't tell you what's sold because it doesn't have access to Realm.
Yep.
House Sigma? I don't know actually.
Even
Where-
House Sigma, you have to be a client to be able to get the data on House
true,
Sigma. Right? So it's not quite there just yet. If somebody's going to invent something what they actually load Realm into some kind of AI program. And
I'm sure they're talking about it, and they have a TREB annual meeting coming up, so I'm sure it'll come up during that meeting in February as well.
True.
And then you're going to have two agents fighting. One's going to be Gemini, one's going to be ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
It says, my ChatGPT says it's worth $550,000.
yeah.
It's worth $498. So here we go.
But that's what's happening with the House Sigma also, because all the buyer clients were telling that House Sigma is saying this price. How can you say this price?
Yeah.
Like they were believing more to the House Sigma than
Yeah.
us.
And they're just
And
going
we
based
had
off
very
anything.
hard time to convince them.
Yeah.
I know.
So
What
many
they
factors
see is
working on that
right.
one.
So what do you guys typically say when you're like? Do you just say that's just like a auto-generated price,
Yeah,
basically? Like it's not like
yeah.
it's just based off.
But some
Yeah,
tech,
I told them it's just based on
Like that's a great
A form-
estimate, but it's not the true price,
based on a
right?
formula.
Because you do get that a lot.
but some tech clients, they more believe into that than us.
Yeah, that's why we have to just explain to them like how they
Educate
got
them.
that number, and then they're like they kind of lose it after a little bit.
So we're talking here, just for people, when we're talking about convincing the clients and people looking at House Sigma and so on and so forth. You guys are familiar with MarketWatch, right? I mean, I'm sure everybody is, but just those that are not. You got your MarketWatch and you got 27 pages of MarketWatch. So generally what we do, or most of the times what the newspapers do, they'll look at page 1. They'll look at this here, and page 1 is all GTA, and it's all properties, all types, and so on and so forth. But you can get deeper into this to argue against House Sigma or people like that. You probably go into page 25, which would give you the index and benchmark prices, which is more. It's not even average. It's the HPI, right? But you can actually go right into this. For instance, Toronto, like last month, we said that the sales were actually down 15%, and prices were down. How much were the prices down? 6.4%. But if I look at individual places, let's pick Durham, for instance. Durham themselves on the composites, the prices are only down 4.45. If I look at Uxbridge, the price is already down 0.68, so it's quite a bit difference, 0.68 versus 5. So you can actually go to the HPI and demonstrate to them what the price is going up or down just on top of what House Sigma is going. So House Sigma is simple, it's an app, there it is. But you being the professional in that, you have data that you can offset that. So
Yep. No, that's true.
pay attention to the house price index.
True. So should we go back to open houses? And feel like how is the energy of open houses? Did anybody run one? John, I know your team did. Did you do one yourself or?
I think 4 people.
4 people through on a Saturday or a Sunday? Saturday. Yeah.
Where was it?
They had 3 that you had a bunch this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah. So there was a bunch. It wasn't too many though. I
I
didn't
think
see.
Michael did one. I don't know if he's online or not.
Anyone online do open houses? Or I didn't see as much as we normally do. So. Is that because we're all done for the holidays and sellers are waiting till the new year to
Was
list?
the weather off? Was the weather?
It was a little.
It was
Yeah,
chilly.
yeah.
Probably a lot of sellers are that haven't sold or getting into those conversations like, hey, let's cancel
People are-
or suspending relist
Yeah, I
after
mean,
the
the
new
Christmas
year.
tree is
or
up.
New
Presents
Year.
are starting to go under the tree. You're not going to leave all that
Yeah.
stuff open for showing. So
We just had that this week, and I told my clients just to wait one more weekend, and then it did sell, but
Yeah.
I don't know about the next 2 weeks or not.
my client asked me today because she was worried that the stagers were going to start to charge us, and I said actually she hasn't yet. So
Not yet.
She's not in the place. I said as long as you're not there, it's not disruptive to your life. There's no harm in keeping the listing there because we don't know who's going to be out shopping. So I think it just depends on the client situation. If they're home for the holidays, obviously it makes sense to not do anything. So. Yeah, you're looking at the new listings. Yeah, we'll talk about that. There's a lot of people putting things on hold for the holidays.
So I was reading, we read last week that prices in, I guess later on December and January are probably 10%. The average prices are usually
like
10%
that.
less. So if you've
Yeah.
got buyers out there that want to get a bargain, then it's this time of year to do it.
Scientifically, January.
I'm also reading there's a lot of new listings that came up. So a lot of people did suspend and terminate, but then there's a new batch that came out, and those are serious sellers because you wouldn't have
Yeah.
listed this time of year otherwise. So could be. I guess we can just go jump into stats if you're
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I wonder if
What were the
those-
new listings last month?
last month.
New listings were minus 4%.
24.
Active listings look pretty good.
Yeah, right. So it's quite a bit. Okay, so as of December 14th, okay, we'll look at the numbers here. We've got 22,820 active listings as of last night. How was it today?
Dropped like 200.
Dropped 200. So it's 22,600 right now. So it dropped quite a bit. Do you think 600 sold?
No.
Okay. Expired?
Terminated, expired,
Suspended.
suspended.
Expired or suspended?
Suspended.
Because how many people take listings that expire in December the 14th or 13th?
Not yet. Probably going to go through the end of the year,
I would
right?
thought at the end of the month you're going to see some
Yeah.
expiries, right?
December 31st, maybe.
Some are doing now. Okay, so that's a code word, right? So there's going to be lots of expiries and lots of things there. So everybody, I'm talking to you if anybody knows what I'm talking about. So 22,000 active listing, 22,600 right now, but we've got 10,000 are condos, 12,000 are freeholds. Vacancy's gone up quite a bit. It's 46% of condominiums are vacant right now, and 32% of freeholds are vacant. Sales are actually minus 10% from December last year, around 1,900 or so. Condominiums are actually down 12%, freeholds are down 9%. So that's comparable to last December.
Yep.
Right? And last December we had how many sales overall? 4,000. So do you think we'll hit 4,000 this month? I think we will, even though we're down 10%.
Maybe we should.
I don't know.
How many listing was last year?
Last year listings, I don't have it here, but it's
I
probably
feel like it was like
about,
18,000. Like active listings?
Yeah,
No, I think it was
20,
like
22,000 this year,
I think it was like 18,000.
18,000 last year. So active listings are up 16%. So yeah, it could be 20,000 anyways. So that's interesting. Just so you know, the numbers were coming in around. So we got 58,000 right now. If you add another 4,000, that you can be 60, 62. Let's say 63. You can say 64. We'll try to add some numbers to it. And previous month before that was 2023. We had 69,000, and all the years prior to that were over 90,000. Some are actually over 100,000. So listen to the radio today. They're
There's so much happening right now. I cannot. I'm overstimulated.
It's funny. It might look easy here, but you have to concentrate. With the whole stuff going on.
I'm like, we have our own issues too, you know. So it takes a lot.
You're unwell.
So listen to the radio coming in there. They're talking about real estate, and somebody was suggesting that the demand for real estate was so much, and that's why prices went up, because demand was so high. And now they're saying demand's not as high. I disagree.
I do too.
I believe the only reason why we had the 121,000 sales back a couple years ago, or why prices went up, was the fact that the interest rates were 1%, 1.5%.
Yep.
I think it's totally interest rates.
Yeah, it was too hard to ignore. Everybody around you was doing it. You wanted to do it too.
Everybody do it, and at the time, 25% of all properties are being sold to people who already own property, so the investors were buying, so
Yep.
interest rates drove everything, and interest rates last week stayed the same at 2.75, never changed. Even though the Americans dropped theirs by a quarter point last week, so I don't know why we didn't, but we didn't, and that's it. How many people here believe now there's still a shortage of properties?
There's a shortage of good properties.
Like renovated, new,
Okay,
move in.
shortage of good property, but still, is it overall, like, is there a lack of supply? Or is
This is
it,
the most amount of listings we've ever had.
Exactly.
So if someone can't buy something, they're an idiot.
right? or the sellers are asking too much money,
Yeah.
That is a true fact as well.
right? The sellers are
Both
asking
are
too much
true.
money, and the average home buyer. Somebody told me the other day, somebody making $35,000 a year, I think it was here. They can't even afford to rent a place.
Yeah.
So you got some kid there that's got their first job and they're making $20 an hour is like 40 grand, and rent's going to cost them at $2,000. It's going to cost them $24,000. They're going to be left with hardly anything. So I think there's a real problem with all pricing right now.
There is.
Right. But I guess they've been doing this in London, England for years. They've been doing this in New York City for years, where the price has just been so much. Most people just rent, right? So,
Yep, it's common there.
anyways. So sales are minus 10%. Sales over 100, sales over asking, about 15% of the property selling are over asking. Actually, 16% of the freeholds are selling for over asking. The reason why I say that is because you have that strategy. Do you underprice? Do you overprice? Do you price it at the value? I mean, underpricing works 16% of the time. Daily sales, 141. So if I project the sales that we got so far for this month, we're projected to do about 4,300 sales, even though last year we did 4,000. So that's for the first 15 days. Maybe the next 15 days we're going to have a bit of a slowdown.
That's
More than
true.
likely, right?
Yeah.
Projected months of inventory would be 5.2 months of inventory. Freeholds are 4.6. Condominiums are 6.3% months of inventory. How's everybody doing with the condos? Anybody have any condos they're trying to sell right now?
Yeah, ideal. We have
Are
a
they
Durham
struggling?
condo.
Condos are struggling? If I look at Markham
won't struggle
condos, I'm
at
just
Whitby.
doing this briefly. If I look at a Markham condo last month, prices in Markham, if anybody, who's got Markham condos they're trying to sell right now? Did you sell that one yet?
No, not yet.
So prices for condominiums in Markham dropped 11% last month.
What about Whitby?
$60,000.
Go and reduce more.
So and actually, that was probably one of the worst. Markham condos dropped 11%.
From last year.
So this is what point I'm telling you. So overall it was minus 6%, but if I pick condominiums in Markham, minus 11. And if I'm sure if I pick that building, I'll probably find something different, right? So
They're selling 1 million,
if I'm
From last year?
this is from last year.
1 million plus.
You're talking condominiums, right? Average condominium in Markham last month was 562,000. Anyways, I thought what did Ajax? No, Oshawa did something. I don't see it here. Anyways, leases. There's 20,000 leases out there. There's 10,000 are condos, 9,000 are freehold. Vacancy for leases, 60%. Right? So 60% of all properties that are for lease right now are vacant, both freehold and condo. Even though leases are actually up. Leases are up 13% from last December, and actually just down 4% from November. So why would that be? A lot of people moving at the year end? Or why would the sales be up 13% for leases? I mean,
Mine doesn't go up.
you're not happening?
I guess not.
Anyways, so those are the numbers. How about you guys? How did everybody feel? Was 25 good, bad, or ugly?
Excellent.
The same.
The same for some people. Eh?
I'm alive, surviving.
Alive, some people are alive. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
We started off on the real estate board about 72,000 agents. I think today we're probably sitting about 68,000. After December, you watch what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, once those
because
fees
TREB
come.
dues are due December 31st. So
Your TREB dues are due the 31st.
there's no extensions. I think past couple of years they've extended it into January, but this year it's December 31st.
So what happens after December?
It's $100 to reinstate.
It's $100, and then it says you might be cut off, so there will be a cutoff point. I don't think they're gonna be.
A hard cut.
I hate to say it,
But not without a $100 fine.
but yeah, the $100 fine.
Or fee, yeah.
They say, and there would be an interruption, what date that is for the interruption.
Okay, so that's
They're
good.
sending out emails weekly for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
so.
And I believe that the 17th of December is when you have to make up your mind for the insurance, whether you're going to add somebody or take somebody off or change something?
Yep.
Is it the 17th of December?
I thought that was also ended December for some reason. I don't have it in front of me anymore.
Emails constantly. Yeah.
So they've been sending you all emails to remind you, and that's what they're saying. You want to add your spouse, you want to take your spouse off, you want to change something on it, you want to add something to it, then now's the time to do it, right? $700 is it for the insurance? 600 and something?
Yep.
I'm still getting complaints from agents saying, what are we doing this for? And how come this is happening? My wife's got it, my husband's had it. Why have we do this? I'm thinking like that boat left the barn a long time ago, right?
Yeah, I think you're best to just use them. You've got 2 weeks left till the end of the year to try to get, I think
What do most people use it for?
massages is probably the number one. I do know, don't worry, I'll remind you.
Do massages have to have prescriptions, or you just do it on your own?
No, it's through an RMT, so it has to be a registered massage therapist. But no, you don't need a prescription for that. Therapies, I think a top one on there. You can get therapy services, prescriptions probably. There's a whole bunch of things for under the paramedical. Naturopath, yeah, because they're considered a doctor, yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So use it, and unfortunately, you don't use it, you lose it, right?
That's right. It starts over the next year, so yeah.
Life insurance.
Well, life insurance is there as well. Life
Yeah.
insurance.
I think the other good thing is the travel insurance also.
It's $100,000, I believe. Life insurance. It's $100,000 or $50,000.
Less.
100 till 65, and then it goes to 50,
Oh, there's the life insurance?
Every time you add in nothing.
Yeah,
By the time you're 70, there's nothing there for you.
no, you got 50, so.
50.
You get 50,000. After 70, you get 50. So I'm told that the biggest thing that the benefit is the travel insurance,
Me too,
especially for people that are over 70.
Yeah, because it goes all the way up to 80, I believe I
So
read.
apparently people over 70 can't necessarily get travel insurance.
Yeah, so it goes over and above what's on your credit card, right? It actually covers some stuff while you're away. And I know people that are adding their spouses to it just for the travel insurance component. If you're traveling a lot, why not? So there's some positives in there, right?
So we still have 2 weeks.
Still 2 weeks. The massage therapists are booked though. If you try to book something right now, book in advance because everybody's out doing the same thing. All the corporate people are out also using their benefits. So
Well, I found a massage therapy around for 24 hours.
okay,
I just checked out.
goes why not? If they're every hour.
I was curious about
That maybe
Let us know.
maybe don't do that.
Yeah, December is a month for them. And then January, February, they will be like,
Yeah, exactly. It does.
Can you use the at those thermal spas, those private spas? Can you use them there?
If they're an RMT therapist, they have a certain number and they will give you a receipt with that number on it.
So there you go.
Yeah, we do have an agent here. Her sister is a really good masseuse in the Scarborough area, so we can give you that recommendation as well. And if you tell her, you can tell her not to. But yeah, that's good. I had more of a question. It came up in the WhatsApp group too regarding snow removal for your listings. So if you have a listing, who's responsible for clearing out the driveway for buyers' visits or up until closing? And
For vacant, probably more. Well,
vacant
I guess
or not
no, if they
vacant?
live there too.
If you sold your house, you wouldn't be
It's
shoveling
true.
your driveway.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think the agent should do it or the seller? Yeah. I will not be doing that.
No, it's sell, definitely sell.
The seller. What if they don't do it?
The vacant home.
It's okay, vacant home is.
I actually saw
owner's
that on an
property.
offer down in the Schedule A.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's not a bad idea to just put it in your schedules, whatever side you represent, just so that you're clear about who's
The
doing it
exterior.
and what. Because I do believe the seller is responsible for maintaining their home all the way through till closing, and they're responsible for safe access to the home for buyers' visits and appraisers and things like that. You can help them certainly as an agent, as a service, if you want to, doing it yourself or hiring somebody. But I believe it's the seller's responsibility. But it doesn't hurt to put it in a schedule, just to be super clear about it. So I definitely recommend it for days like this. Even I forgot, like we have a buyer's visit on ours on a vacant home of somebody that's they haven't even paid property taxes, let alone shovel
They
the
didn't
driveway.
even take care of the
So
house, yeah.
it's on you to make sure you're coordinating it and thinking about these kind of things so that you can help everybody out. But
What if you're an investor and you have a property you're renting out? Who's responsible for the snow?
Still the
Unless
landlord.
agreed upon.
and how do you agree upon it properly?
So when you guys are doing leases for your clients, you put in there who's taking care of the lawn and who's taking care of the snow? Is that part of your standard clause you put in there?
Or is it
You
a
put it in there.
or is it a whole
I
separate
already-
schedule?
I already know the answer, but I'm just curious.
You're leading them through the wrong answer.
No, I'm just. Is anybody even address it? I'm just kidding. I'm looking at Nelson here. So
Nelson knows.
Nelson knows.
is that addressing our? Well, see, we represent the landlords.
That's right.
When we represent the
For
landlord.
the,
Well, no, it depends if you're doing the offer.
See, if
I'd
you're representing the
prefer tenant.
landlord, you're not preparing the offer. That's I'm
That's right.
curious. So.
so when we do our offers, it'll say something that the tenant will look after, the grass and the snow removal and ice. It's on our Schedule A.
It's on our schedule when we type an offer.
type an offer.
But if we're on the listing side, are we paying attention to that? So it should be on our schedule. It should be on your Schedule B or schedule if you're like you got to pay attention to it. Right?
There should be a separate schedule because they need to be compensated.
That's right.
So if you're asking for $2,700 in rent a month, then maybe you can say, bump it up by 100, but 28, and say, I'm giving you $100 a month, but that needs to be a separate agreement on the schedule. It has to be compensation involved for it to be enforceable by the LDP.
What do you guys normally do if you represent a seller or an investor that's renting? You represent the landlord. What do you do on that? And that's the house.
Depends on the tenant.
You're gonna watch the offer that you receive and make sure that
Tenants do not agree on that one, then we have to convince our client to take that loan.
Yeah, but I guess if it's silent, right? If it's silent, nobody mentions anything, then it's the landlord's responsibility.
Yeah.
Just
by default.
just so you know. So
Yes,
right.
right.
And if it's the landlord's responsibility, then you didn't tell him, it might be your responsibility.
yeah to solve the problem, right?
Just mention that the landlord will provide the snow
Removal and
The snow machine or something. Some people do
Shoveling your
that.
snow today.
or shovel.
Who's shoveling your snow today?
My wife.
It's true.
That's a fact.
That is a fact.
Same thing, so snow removal, lawn care. The other thing I've been noticing is keys. There's been some instances where somebody closes on a property and they only get one set of keys, or they get a key for the front door but not the back door or not the shed. So we don't necessarily put it right in there in their schedules because it's different for every situation. But whether you're leasing or buying, you may want to just indicate how many sets of keys they're going to get, especially with condos and you're talking about a fob. Is it one fob, two fobs? Don't assume those things. They're ultimately responsible for giving the buyer whatever you have in your hand, but sometimes they're expecting something different than what you have. So you may just want to put it into your schedules to say exactly.
You've got different than another one.
That's right, and sometimes they lose things and they don't tell us, and so you may just want to put it in your schedules.
Allow you to give them a fobs or remote control for the garage.
That's right. There's so many different rules and garage things, so just something to make note of. Don't just assume. Maybe put it into your thing. And then I had a situation this morning, so just some tales from the street. Not a big deal, but we had an appraisal booked on a listing, and the appraiser messaged me just, hey, did you know that the buyer might also be there? And I said, no, I didn't know that. He goes, well, I don't know for sure sure, but they mentioned they're going to meet me there to take some measurements, and I know the rules. I have the lockbox for myself. I just wanted to make sure you're aware. I said, no, I wasn't aware, and I went to the buying agent. She goes, oh, no, I wasn't aware of that either, and it's just ultimately education. So the buyer just assumed that because the appraiser was there, it's the house they bought, that it made sense that they could also tag along. So just had to remind them that no, that you can't do that. You have to have the buyer's agent will have to go with you. So they educated their client. It wasn't a big deal. But just don't assume that things that are regular to you, that we know all the rules and we know lockbox access and things like that. Buyers might not. No, you have to educate them a little bit about what the process. So when you make the offer, hey, congratulations, you have 3 buyer's visits. I will go with you. Please make sure you book them with me, and just explain it to them. So
How the buyer do it as appraisers do?
sometimes they're in contact with the mortgage lender and the bank. Sometimes I think they asked, like they knew the appraiser was happening. They said, when are you going to be there? They were in touch with the appraiser. Yeah, some people are like type A. They're really into like what's happening. So she knew, but that's okay. They're going to go tomorrow, so everything's fine. But yeah. Any tales from the streets
Well,
that
let
you?
me piggyback that for a
Sure.
minute here. Just be careful. If you're showing properties, make sure that you show up. Imagine you got a seller out there that's been in the market now for 60 days, 90 days, 100 days, and you book an appointment and don't show up. That guy's going to be mad.
They're watching.
And we got one right now where the guy apologized. He said, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't do this. No, what do you do? No, he left the door open. That was something silly. But anyway, he left the door open. Anybody can leave a door open, can't you? I mean,
Unlocked is the situation. Right?
Unlocked?
Yeah.
Is that a mistake, or is that a purpose, or is just like, anyway, so the guy apologized and wrote a letter, but that's not enough for the seller. The seller wants blood, so they're going to complain to RICO and blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost the guy about $3,000.
That's a negligence.
It is, but also like
Human something.
we're not robots, guys. Like sometimes we f up. I don't know what to
Yeah.
say.
So,
Like
so we got other situations where there's a double booking. Agent shows up to the house. This is the story, anyways. Double booking. The agent books an appointment. The listing agent gets back to him and say, "Hey, look, there's somebody else showing at the same time." The guy said, "Okay, no problem." Drives up to the house. Client doesn't like the looks of the curb appeal, so they take off. Anyway, anybody see a problem?
Yep.
The property was already being viewed at the same time. So what's the inconvenience to the seller?
They probably had to clean, get the dogs out,
No,
the kids
there's already
out.
there's already a showing.
already
We already had to do that anyways.
But if,
All he
if
had to do was
the,
a
Anyways, I'll tell you, the answer is a $1,500 fine and a course.
because
Actually, a 2-day course,
it's the rule.
yeah, because
because it's the rules.
another thing is like to present the buyers or the agent, they mess up something there. Still, that guy is responsible. Then it has to be decided who did that mistake.
Sure. I
For
mean,
God's sake, these days you
Either
don't
you
have to
cancel
even
the
do that.
appointment and
All right.
tell that I am not suing this property, I am not in the property right now.
And then we got another one. Okay, so somebody has an appointment, and then they're at the end of the appointment. I guess they had to wait for the appointment before them to finish. So that finished, and they had their appointment, and the guy behind them had an appointment under this one. So anyways, the third guy wanted to book the appointment, but wanted the keys, didn't want the door unlocked. He just wanted the keys from the other agent. The other agent can't give him the keys. He doesn't know this guy from Adam. The other agent has to, it's stupid, but the other agent has to put the key in the lockbox, lock it up, and let the other agent open up again and do it again. Does that sound silly? But what else are you going to do? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the third agent took a fit and just give him hell and had a fight in the street. The client was going to take him on, but our client, right? So I don't know what happens there. You got to be, everybody relax.
yeah, I mean, I think we talk like there is definitely grounds for these complaints and things we're doing, but we almost took it too far. Like people are still human. We still have to have compassion and reality for situations as well. But unfortunately, 70,000 real estate agents, there's bound to be some unprofessionalism there. So.
But how do you book like 5 appointments?
Yeah,
one after another,
totally.
and then you get one traffic jam or something.
Okay,
Then you got to be on the phone and
while you're driving, call like it's.
It's a mess, eh? But anyways,
Yeah.
you got to be careful. But everybody's just so prickly right now because things aren't selling. That's what's
right.
going on. I think,
Yeah,
so.
it's true.
Earlier, before COVID, it was 1 hour slot. But now every appointment is
Half an
30
hour.
minutes.
Yeah,
So
it's tight.
it's many times that you cannot come into the time to at that appointment.
Yeah,
Right?
so I think
But
that made
still
sense
you
when
have
there
to-
was like
the
50
obligation to
showings.
Cancel or let the selling agent know
Yeah.
that I'm delaying. or
Yeah.
something
So,
like
so
that.
2026, I believe 2026, I haven't actually read anything yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if they could probably come in with some kind of electronic lockbox that will give you your time slot. You can open up that time slot and that lockbox during that time. If you're outside that time, it won't open, you have to rebook. But you're still going to get in trouble because you didn't show up.
That's right. Yeah.
A little communication
I
would
was
go
gonna
a
say,
long way.
Open communication, a quick text is like the best. way
Most
to go,
agents
just
will be
open.
like, yeah, you're late, no problem.
Yeah, and if you have a listing, open up Broker Bay to have an hour shots or let it be custom so people can pick and choose the time that works for them and be a little bit flexible. You have to be for showings to come in anyways. So
People are so lazy, they don't even open that email or the text that they have received, and they could control from there, they manage it from there.
I was gonna say, you can just do it on your phone. You don't even have to call the listing agent.
Late, right?
yeah,
You can just manage it, move it.
totally.
Yeah.
Yep, good. All right. So here's some things to watch out for in the business world this week. Some of them have already happened today, which I'm sure Claire will talk about. But inflation, they just announced today. Were you going to touch on that?
No.
It's the exact same as October. So it came in at 2.2%. Is that probably why you think they predicted that?
Was that today or last week?
Just today they announced for November. So it was 2.2 in October, and then just today they announced it.
So it stayed the same.
Stayed the same. So I wonder if they were sort of predicting that then with the interest rates. Do you think that's why they also,
Could be, yeah.
stayed the course?
So that's good news then, too. That would have been nice if it went down. Yeah.
Why?
If it goes down a little bit, then that's a reason to maybe knock the interest rates down.
Yeah, but it didn't. Somebody else.
Remember, the government wanted it to be below 2% before they started reducing the rates.
Yep. Yeah, we were at 1.9 for a little bit, but then we popped up. So, yep, so still at 2.2. Just you can keep an eye on prices for services and gas. These are all things that affect your business too as well, right? Other things were home sales. So we just went over our Toronto stats, but today CREA also released their national stats as well. So again, just be careful when you're reading headlines so you know exactly what stats you and your clients are looking at, because they did announce, I think national sales were also down about 11%. So that's sort of less than what we were in Toronto, but it gives you an indicator that all over Canada was also down, which is sort of normal for December. But just note, because today they're going to start to report on Canadian sales, it's going to conflict a little bit with the Toronto and GTA sales. Apparently there's a speech, Claire, you might know more about this, on Montreal on Tuesday. Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem is going to give a speech on interest rates and what they're looking at there. Is that something that you'll be paying attention to? Not so much?
I'll watch it.
You'll watch it, yeah. It doesn't come until Tuesday, tomorrow. Air Transat is a big one that everyone is watching right now. They did reach a tentative agreement with the pilots, but nothing's finalized yet, so just something to watch out for. It's a big company that everyone is watching in terms of union.
That's a huge number they're throwing around. Did you hear
I
that
know.
number? Like 59% over 4 years? That's a huge number. I don't know.
That's the tentative agreement, you mean?
That's what they're asking for. Or that was what they
Oh, that's
offered or something, and they turned it down or some crazy thing.
Yeah, well, they've reached a tentative agreement, so I don't know what that is, but yeah.
They either haven't got a raise in the last 10 years or something. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. We liked flying Air Transat, though, when we flew. We had a good experience with them. So. But everyone's doing something. I'm also hearing rumors that WestJet is going to be next as well, so there's always somebody. If it's not Air Canada, it's someone else. And then retail sales. So Stats Canada will release its figures for October retail sales this Friday. So again, just another data point or indicator of what's happening in the market and different things to pay attention to as well.
That fire apparently still in Thorncliffe?
Still,
It's still there.
it can't. No, in this
No.
weather, no.
It's still there.
Ow.
They can't get it.
Where is
The
it?
source? Doesn't it seem too
It's like in the
cold? I'm
walls?
confused. Like,
Apparently it's in between the two buildings. They can't get out.
that is interesting. I should have looked up my stats on this before, but Power of Sales, they're still reporting, is becoming more of a frequent sight in the Toronto housing market. But last week I checked, it was still only 400 out of the 20,000. So what am I missing with these headlines? Like they're taking an example of one particular listing in Forest Hill that's Power of Sale. This one's unique because it's a power sale of $22 million. So it's a huge one that will sit there forever. So that's a bit unique. But I'm not seeing the increase yet. Like 400 is more than what it was at the beginning of the year. But it's out of 20,000 listings, it doesn't seem like it's that crazy yet. Are you guys getting calls about that from your clients? Are you yourselves seeing it? We haven't yet. So, no. So again, just pay attention. It's confusing when you're seeing headlines like this because it makes it seem like they're increasing a lot, and they are increasing. But a $22 million power sale isn't necessarily like a data point for what's happening in the market as well.
How can it go with power sales to a $2 million home?
Apparently, in this particular case, it's a private banker. So I guess they at some point, if they're not making mortgage payments, this particular property has a tenant in it as well. But they're forcing the sale of it.
Because I'm wondering, like, who was the owner? Like, is it such an owner?
I know,
Could have
yeah.
the millions of income. So how is that possible?
They may have even just made the decision to not participate in the mortgage and take a hit. Maybe they probably own way more than that's probably one little piece of their total portfolio, right? So I don't know.
Just for 30 million.
Yeah, another power sale for 30 million?
No, no.
Oh.
You are referring to 22 million.
Yes.
So that was purchased for
That's
30
right,
million
yeah.
with three mortgages on the property.
It's true. Yeah.
13, 1 3. Just 3 years back.
So they have 3 mortgages left.
Most likely.
So we just finished a FinTrack audit. According to our FinTracker guys, this is a fraud.
Suspicious. Suspicious.
Somebody ripped off the lender.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
what they do with the $22 million they got from the lender, right?
Mhm.
Or 30 million, whatever it was.
That's right. Yeah. You're correct. You can go ahead if you want.
So the interest rate will not go down, right?
They held it.
I'm reading stuff that it's never going to come down again. I don't know if it will or not, but it's like, what's the rate today? Like 3 point what?
Like 9.5 for variable.
3.89. So is that a bad mortgage? Is that a good mortgage?
It's a great one.
It all depends, you know.
We have seen 19%, 18%.
It's still too high?
Well, I'm reading now. It's not about the rates anymore. Like we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the rates are holding. It's the affordability, like you mentioned earlier, that's still the big ticket. So unless that starts to go down, but we can't even blame interest rates anymore. Is what we used to blame all the time. It's because of interest rates. Because well, no, we've reduced them.
So it's the economy itself.
I think so.
Everything else
Does
is
anybody know
expensive.
anybody firsthand that's getting affected by the economy? Like,
Yes.
like anybody firsthand, like people being laid off
Yes.
or losing their jobs? Anybody know anybody firsthand?
Yes.
And are these high-paying jobs these guys
Yeah.
are losing? Are they IT jobs or this professional jobs?
We
or-
know people in financial industry and corporate, like marketing agencies that are downsizing
Marketing?
and being laid off. Yeah, like high profile positions.
In IT, at least there were layoffs in September, October because their financial year is November to October. But I see the recruitment again back in because I receive so many emails for all number of positions again getting.
So you think they're just resetting? You think they got rid of a bunch of people getting paid high salaries, now they're resetting,
Like
bringing
restructuring.
less salaries? Is that?
See, October layoff, I feel, as far as IT is concerned, whatever work I have done, layoffs will be always there in September, October, especially October. And December, January onwards, again, the people will be back on market.
Rehired.
Yeah, rehired.
From the same companies or different
Yeah.
companies? So they're just their budget comes to the end of the year and they get rid of their budget, so they got to lay
Yeah.
people off. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, but no, it's happening.
But I think immigration is a big issue for the housing market.
So, like, just okay. So for those at home, they're saying immigration could be a problem. I know the international students for sure, right? Because they're hurt. The universities are being hurt right now by attendance. Right?
Yes, all those investment properties, those rental properties, those are being hit. But I'm not sure if it's directly impacting the sales.
And they announced last week they created 50,000 new jobs, but they were part-time jobs. So what if
Yeah.
those are jobs that the international students abandoned or left, right?
Yeah,
Could be, right?
could be.
7 Toronto condos that sold this year for $300,000 or less. So there's lots of condominiums out there that are $300,000 or less where people want to buy it. One particular condominium is actually cheaper for them to buy this place, pay the maintenance fee, and still cheaper than rent,
That makes sense.
14 Panorama?
right? What's Panorama selling for now?
No, Panorama is not cheap anymore.
What Jane Street? We're trying to sell some on Jane Street less than 300, right?
James always less.
So these ones here that were sold, one was at 400 Homewood Avenue, 1972 built property, 200 electric baseboards, no air conditioning, studios. Sold in that price range. Anybody know where that is?
Downtown?
Yeah, Homewood. It's 40 Homewood, be downtown someplace, all right? Another one was on 650 Queens Quay, 300,000. Actually went for 293. 343. So these are not big units. These are small little units, right? This one here, though, is next to Billy Bishop Airport. 1 King Street West, 290. I thought those would have gone more. That's the one that Stinson built, number 1 King Street West, that skinny little building. And I think in the bottom of it used to be a bank. There's some kind of big bank vault or something there. Half of it is condominium. Sorry, half it's hotel.
No, in West Talk.
And the other half is condo. So this is the condo side. We're going for
It's nice.
$290,000 studio, but
We
it's
should do
just
that.
like a hotel room. They said.
That's cute. It's really nice there.
West Talk King?
Number
One king.
West, right?
West. Yeah, that's the tall little skinny building, right? They're going for 290s.
Cute.
Jarvis Street in Moss Park going for 300,000.
Makes sense.
This one here was 215 Jarvis. Yeah. So there's stuff out there. I know Jane Street's less than 300, so there is stuff out there, but it's not the best neighborhood, not the best units, but high maintenance fees. Right?
I think like 1 King West, the maintenance fees for the condo are extremely high.
Yeah, because it's attached to the commercial side, so the maintenance fees typically are higher.
I don't know if it's still the case now, but there were some lenders that wouldn't lend if you were buying in that building.
Yeah.
It's still, okay, so apparently it's still the same.
Yeah. So
But I
probably
think-
somebody has more than 20% down kind of thing.
But some of the units are in the hotel pool, and those are paying commercial taxes as well, property taxes, which are double what Toronto or residential would be.
Yeah, so that makes sense for those prices. There's a development in West Pickering. I've been watching it a little bit. I forget what their project name was, but it's 375 Kingston Road. They submitted an application May 2022, so this is right in the hot market when everybody was trying to get going. They almost missed it a little bit.
Highmark?
No, it's not Harmac. Harmac's a little bit more east. This is right at Rougemount and Kingston Road.
Oh.
So almost like Port Union. So still West Pickering, but almost Scarborough. So the application, the original one was to build two buildings, one 25-story, one 31-story. People were so mad. 400 people showed up to voice their concerns about traffic density and the impact of the neighborhood. It's in a little bit of not a bougie neighborhood, but on the south of it, there is some bigger homes, and it is by the Rouge, so there's lots of greenery to maybe, protect it a little bit. So the developer listened, and they said, no problem. They went back, and they actually did a land assembly, and their new proposal is now 4 towers with 31 and 34 stories. So they said, no problem. We'll just take more land. We'll build even more towers instead. So now the community is really mad. They said they did not listen at all. They have a whole new hearing on this as well. But I don't know. This is where, do you know the Tiano's organic place? There's a Bruno's Butcher. It's a small little commercial plaza. There's maybe I'd say 5 to 8 tenants. There is a second level, but there's nothing else there. There is
Is that the plaza? Is it Bruno Plaza?
It's a Bruno's Plaza.
There's an auto dealer,
Yeah, so
jump store
so they want to get rid of all the auto junk. There's a little Montessori thing, but it's all along the 401. It overlooks Paul Wong's is on the other side, but this is on the
It's on the south side.
it's on
Bruno's on the south side.
South side.
yeah. So Paul Wong's I think is right across.
They're on the north
from
side,
that,
yeah.
on the north side.
That corner that they're doing?
It's where the Bruno's exact plaza is. And then all east of there. So, I mean, we're complaining about a shortage of housing. We're dying for more housing. This is an area, there's not a ton of condos there. Yes,
They
it's going to
just built
cause
those
some
new
traffic
ones.
stuff, but where else are they going to go? So, I mean, what do we want? You want people to have affordable housing? If you're looking for quiet and low density, you need to go out
Go
to
to
the
the moon.
country. You need to go farther. These are urban areas. Well, too bad. I don't know what to say. I mean, people need affordable housing. I personally don't think there's anything wrong. I mean,
Gotta start somewhere.
but it's kind of funny that, they went from 2 towers to now 4, so we'll see what the community has
Isn't your
to say
family
about
looking
that.
for a condo right now? I think we're going back.
Not in my backyard. That's what people fight about, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby are making it easier for landlords to participate in the affordable housing, but they are letting people build additional units on their house. So currently the province, so it's a federal policy to allow up to 2 additional housing units on most residential properties. There is a little bit of some rules. So that could be like an apartment, could also be like a tiny home, a garden suite, or a backyard home. So that exists today as a federal program. But then Ajax, Pickering, Whitby have taken a little bit of a further step. So Ajax is offering, they've partnered with a tool called Restimate, which provides homeowners with a free lot assessment and connections to backyard home builder. So basically it's a tool that they can use. A homeowner can go on, put in their address. It'll give them a bit of a quote and a mapping tool of what additional units they can build at their house. And these are for people in Ajax. So the tool provides things like eligibility for an additional unit, property details such as lot area, zoning, minimum setbacks, other details like backyard buildable area, parking details. You just type in your address, it will use a mapping tool, and homeowners can get this information. So to help them build these additional units on their house, which is helping participate in affordable housing. And then in Pickering and Whitby in particular, they've worked together to come up with 5 pre-approved detached ADU designs that are available for purchase and for building. So the benefit of that is you get faster approvals, they are sustainable, so all HVAC designs are using energy efficient heat pump systems to promote sustainable living. They're all weather ready, and with all weather in mind, and then they're versatile as well. So again, they're just trying to help homeowners that have existing houses with a bit of incentive to help them build additional units to help them with their own wealth building as well. So that's some good news. That helps a little bit.
You're going to talk about Katelyn? I'm just going to go through my things real quick
We're
here and
running
I'm
out of
finished
time.
here. So just to get an idea. So downtown Toronto Toronto bought this building here at 720 Bathurst Street, former home of the Centre for Social Innovation. They're going to convert it into a homeless shelter. It's a big building. It's like about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about a 5-story building. It's an old building. But I'm just going to run some numbers here for you just to get an idea of how much it's sold for. So it's a 36,000 square foot building. City bought it. It's going to house 80 people. They paid $16 million for it. So it sold for about $440 a square foot. Just to give you an idea what's going for 80 people. So at $16 million, so 80 people, that's $200,000 per person for I don't know if they're homeless people. Yeah, This is homeless shelter. 80 people. They'll probably put 180 people in by the time they're finished. But just to give you an idea, so it's $400 a square foot, $200,000 per homeless person. So that's what they're spending on them. Mayor Chow wants to increase the land transfer tax on properties over $1 million. It's kind of a soft spot, She wants to increase it, whatever, because she figures that they can already afford it over $300 million anyways.
Didn't they try to propose this in the beginning of the year too?
Sorry? Anything over $3 million, they want to add an extra tax to. What did I say? We got your attention, right?
Just testing.
Testing. And their minds are, if you can afford a $3 million house, then you can afford to pay more land transfer tax. Well, $3 million house nowadays is... It's almost the average price.
Secondary house.
I don't know. Asking rents apparently fallen for rentals. Rental rents have dropped to 2022 levels. If anybody has anything that's not renting, but who's got leases? Are you having a hard time doing the leases too? Are they having a hard time getting rid of them?
You just have to reduce the price.
It's the same thing, though, right? The landlords don't want to reduce their price, so it's the same issue.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. Going back to pricing a little bit, Oshawa home prices climbed 0.5% in November 25. So in actually parts of Oshawa, prices actually increased. So even though overall prices dipped, parts of Oshawa they actually increased. So we got to pay attention to various areas, right? And on the legal front, you can do legal front?
Listing?
Yeah. After,
Doesn't matter. It's just part of the daily soap opera.
okay, so the daily soap opera. So we all know about iPro, right? iPro, the Ontario government fired the entire RICO board of directors. They kept the CEO there.
So just so you know, there's still RICO staff. Like we had our exit interview last week for RICO. So it's just the board of directors that they've eliminated. They're going to rehire, but there's still staff there.
They did.
So
They pretty much they'll get the CEO
it'll take
as
time.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and then at the same time we were doing our audit.
Yeah, they were really
The
hot.
same days, weren't they?
Ours was the 27th. Yep. So on the next day, November 28th.
So they came and did an audit for us, and the same day they did an audit for Home Life Today on progress. And Home Life Today is a company that probably started 20 years ago, 20 years ago. You remember everybody?
The Sri Lankan.
Home Life
Well,
Today.
today's is
movie?
Lanka, but originally it was some other woman. It was
Yeah. Those Guyanese women.
Byron Singroy or something, and another a woman. Something Shaw, right? Anyways, $580,000 missing from the trust account. That's gigantic.
Not
for
disclosed. They didn't find it.
for a small company.
Didn't find it till their inspection. While we were doing our inspection, like
This was
this was happening at the same time. I don't know why they just didn't stop ours and like move it over. Like they didn't find anything
So the
here.
inspector that came to us, they said at the beginning, you know what, you're going after all the big boys here, like you're going after, you know, ourselves and other big companies I'm aware of. The companies you need to be going after the small guys. They're the ones that
Like
I'd
the
be more
medium
concerned
money.
with than the
Yeah.
big guys. And sure enough, at the same time they're doing us, they're doing this company here, and
How many agents do they have?
18.
18 agents?
Yes. The weird
Wow.
thing though, so they're going through the same insurance claim, claims pro, if your deposit's infected, your commission, blah, blah, blah. The weird thing though is if you have a listing, don't worry. Just call your broker of record or your agent to find out more. You can continue to market your property. I don't get it. The accounts are frozen. Where does the deposit go? If it sells.
Probably the buying side, maybe.
A lawyer, I guess.
Lawyers.
Profitable to open real estate office with 2-3 agents.
It's not.
Yes, it is profitable.
Unless they're getting 50-50.
It's not.
I don't know.
That's why they're using the
That's why they're stealing
deposits
the
to
money.
pay for their rent.
okay, so the question was it profitable to open up an office with 2 or 3 people, right? Okay,
If you don't have an office, maybe.
So I don't know what you guys pay the brokerage, right? But if you're going to hire a secretary, if you hire 2 or 3 people, you have to have an assistant. There's 60 grand right there.
An accountant also.
Oh, you need an accountant. Okay, there's another 10 grand there. Oh, and you need somebody
You
to
need a chartered
answer your
accountant.
phones at night. Okay, there's another 4 grand.
And Canadian.
You know what I'm getting at?
No, we do clean.
So if you got a group of 2 or 3 agents, you're far better off to be under an umbrella of a broker.
Yeah. So,
Unless your ego is so strong that you're prepared to spend
so
some
why
money.
the people are opening like what is the mindset for that?
Because
Like,
Ego.
it sounds great.
agents and they become broker of record. Right?
Sounds good.
They have their own office.
And you get the pleasure of going through RICO audits and
FinTrack, I'm telling you.
audits. And
RICO was like a little walk compared to how FinTrack has been, I will be honest. FinTrack is intense. We're still under it right now.
To people? I don't think so. So that's a different story.
so you got to be careful. So.
Yeah, well, that's okay. All fine for us. One more thing before Katelyn. I like this article from Ryan Serhant. If you guys are following, we did a little thing with him and we switched it up since then. But he's coming out with his new show, Owning Manhattan, soon. I always like his
It's
shows.
on now.
Yeah, it started already. So this is advice for him. It's just good advice if you don't have a CRM, to be honest. This is good advice for somebody like a Sanic or a networker. And honestly, this is what all of us should be doing in our career as a real estate agent. But his advice is that every room he goes into, he uses the 2 C's. So the 2 C's formula is you give someone a compliment and you find something in common. So whether you're at a networking event, at the opera, everywhere you go, you want to use these 2 C's. Once he gets that person's contact information, the follow-up begins immediately. Not like in 2 months or a month, it follows up from right there. So he gets someone's information, he follows up with them in 10 minutes. He says, I send them a quick note, a quick text. So great meeting you 7.5 minutes ago. Let's do something great together. So it's immediate. You meet a new person, you text them right away. Nice to meet you. Let's do something amazing together. Let's do business. He keeps the message unread as a visual reminder. So let's say they do respond. He keeps it unread. And he continues to follow up with them until they buy or until he dies.
Buy or die.
Literally. So he keeps in contact with them. He tries to meet between 5 to 15 new people every single day. His contact list is actually his contact currency. So it's a network built on relationships, not just transactions. In fact, he says people hate being sold to. They don't like that, but they love shopping with friends. So it's a relationship building. You're trying to build a relationship with them. Your number one job as a salesperson is to create relationships. It's not to sell or buy that house. So he said, I don't actually ever think I ever sell apartments or sell buildings. I build relationships. That is his goal. The selling of the thing is what comes after. He said, most people are in a race against time. Time is their greatest asset. The wealthiest people are in a race against moments. With that in mind, he'd rather regret the things he did than the things that he's never tried. Take the risk or lose the chance. But I like that. So if you're not doing a sophisticated CRM, you're meeting new people every single day, and you're following up right away, and you're following up all the time until they buy or they tell you to screw off, basically. But it's good. He has good tips. With that, unless Claire has anything more, we can.
I'm just gonna just do the events because we're going over anyways.
That's okay. We started a little bit late.
Yeah. So just 2 events just to be noted. Wednesday is our Christmas party. I don't know if you guys all RSVP'd, hopefully, by now. I don't know what our numbers are at. How many?
160. Nice.
Okay.
Good.
So that's Wednesday, 6 p.m. There's going to be a lot of things happening. I think I reminded you guys last week, there's going to be professional headshots there as well, which Varan's sponsoring. So if you guys need new headshots, maybe come dressed for that as well. Women bring maybe a blazer or something. Guys, you'll probably show up in suits anyways, but there will be time for that. After the Christmas party, we're going to Gabby's in Pickering. So if you guys want to continue the night, that's where we'll be heading this year. Again, that's sponsored by Varan's team as well. I think there's a DJ and stuff there, so if people want to continue. And then Thursday, I think some of you guys attended last week. We've been doing some business planning. We did Wednesday last week with Richard Robbins. Some of you guys attended that. And then Cam from, I think some of you guys saw Cam do our Fired Up event just a couple years ago. He was hosting a business planning session last week, so we kind of tagged along last minute to his, but he did part 1 last week and he's doing a part 2 this Thursday at 12 o'clock. I think it's an hour and a half. He sent out some workbooks and stuff like that. Some people had difficulties downloading it. Most did not, so I don't know, but if you guys want to do part 2 of the business planning, it's on Thursday at 12 o'clock after the Christmas party. So hopefully some of you guys can attend that. I think that's about it. Otherwise, we don't really have much until
Did you send the stuff out for
January.
Rich Robbins?
I did, but a lot of people also couldn't open it. So I don't know if it's because I registered for it and was able to download it. I don't know. I'll try to send it out again, but Richard Robbins sent out like an Excel sheet type of thing to track your numbers. I'll try to send it out again as an Excel sheet. It's just such a big file. It's not easily downloadable, but I think this is a good time to be business planning. It's probably the least amount of people I've had ask for business planning, which is kind of worrisome. I don't know if people are just over it, but we should be doing that, preparing for next year.
Maybe just read what he tracks.
What he tracks. So what he does is he basically goes, what you guys should all be doing, and I encourage you guys to do this probably every single year, is get us or Heather, someone needs to download your list of transactions. And I don't think anyone ever does it when I tell you guys to do it, which is really...
I see some requests.
Do you? Okay, good. So what you guys should all be doing is going back to all of your transactions that you did maybe in the last 3 years, and we should be writing down exactly where every single transaction came from. So stop guessing and saying, oh, it came from social media, or oh, it came from open houses. Like, just because you're doing the activities doesn't mean a lot of those business transactions are coming from those sources. So you really need to just go line by line, figure out where every single one of your deals is coming from, and then we need to come up with a plan to 3 times that or make it a lot better. So what you're going to start to notice, which when I do it one-on-one with agents, most of your clients are coming from, if you're an experienced agent, most of it's coming from your past clients, doing repeat business with you. A lot of it's coming from your sphere of influence or people in their sphere of influences, or you're getting referrals from agents, referrals from people. That's where majority of the business is, probably where the least amount of time is spent, unfortunately. And then you need to go into things like events and community, open houses, door knocking, sign calls, farming, websites, social media. So if you're spending like 90% of your time on social media and maybe 1% of your business is coming from there, you might want to not spend so much time doing those strategies and start to think about what we can do for our databases. Like Carly was just saying, Ryan Serhant's always looking to grow the database by going to networking events. That is considered a sphere of influence at that point. They don't have to be friends, family. They're people you meet at events. So if you guys haven't done that already, you should be doing that probably in the next week or so, is writing down where those transactions are coming from so you guys know where we should be focused on for the next year. Hopefully it's your database. But that was it.
I don't see more people do farming.
Did you see down here?
Do you have farming on that?
Yeah, 0%. But
Well, no, that's just a
that's
calculation.
just one agent. Farming is an important thing, I think, and I did a session just for you guys, I think in September or October, saying the top 5 sources are your database, open houses, events, which comes with farming, and then social media. There was a few different things, but the farming, I
think farming can't be just door knocking. It has to be digital farming, community farming. But I don't think people are answering their doors today like they used to, especially with all the crime and stuff that's happening now. I don't think people now more than ever are not just like answering their door to any stranger.
Yeah.
But I think with the flyers, community, digital, your phone calls, like that kind of stuff, that kind of farming, definitely.
Yeah. Farming is definitely like events. Like you'll see a lot of like Remax brokerages, for example, or a lot of agents will rent out a parking lot and then they'll invite all the community and their people to come to the parking lot. So it could be maybe you're not door knocking, but you're doing flyers or inviting all your past clients or people in the community to come to certain events. And I think that's where it is.
I don't know any farmers that door knock.
Yeah, I know.
I think
You
they
don't
sell
know any of
yeah,
that.
I don't think
Yeah,
door knock. They
makes
may
sense.
door knock or just list just sold. But I think they do these events and invite
Yeah.
people to the
It's a lot of events.
to an ice cream thing or a
Parades,
pumpkin thing or
everything.
something, right?
Yeah.
Parade.
They're always sponsoring like Rib Fest or like they're just involved in the community in general. Like I always talk about Varan as a really good farmer too. Like all these restaurants, like there's a restaurant opening in Pickering and of course Varan's like, Katie, do you want to come to this restaurant? They're just opening, they're just showing the progress. So like even being part of like little events like that in your community is what we need to be doing, and no one wants to leave their house anymore to go do these things, but that is part of farming, is the networking of the community as well, of small businesses.
I think it's important.
But a lot of people don't want to put is it the money that people
I think it's
why don't
consistency.
people want to do
I think
it?
we're ADHD brain. We do something for once and then we like want to do the next.
Yeah.
Because farming is consistent. It's the same thing over and over and over
Yeah.
every year, over and over.
I think Varan has a big budget for the market.
Probably, yeah.
But you can start small, right? Like it doesn't need to be like 20,000 flyers. It could be like 200 or 100 and you're just starting in a small complex kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think we overcomplicate it. And you guys are going to start to see a lot in the new year. You're going to see a lot of companies coming at you guys to buy things, like lead generation companies and all of that. And you have to be very careful about these. We already know a lot of these things don't work, and these are the main ones that work. So we do have to focus on a strategy on that. But once you guys create your business plan, don't steer off of it because you guys went to a presentation and they told you about this great online tool that gets you all these leads. So a lot of people get squirrel syndrome on that.
Cool.
That's about it.
Any questions or comments online? Nothing? Any listings anybody wants to talk about? Any final words for the last meeting of 2025? Something impactful to leave us on?
Be merry and eat.
Be merry and eat.
Be merry and eat.
Joy. Have joy. Have fun.
He would struggle saying that. Have fun, guys.
Bring
Have
joy.
fun. Don't do any work.
No.
Just kidding.
We do have a big announcement coming at the Christmas party that we're excited for as well. So hopefully you guys are all there to hear it.
Cool. Well, we'll see you all Wednesday at the Christmas party. We'll be here if you need anything. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
That's right.